Hi, I'm Rudy, founder of Nickel Hayden and a municipal advisor to Texas Public Schools. This is Texas School Finance with Rudy. Here's what nobody tells you. Your school district has millions of dollars sitting in the bank right now, and your child's teacher cannot see a single penny of it. Not because someone is stealing it, not because it's being mismanaged, because the law says so. And most people making decisions about your schools have never had this explained to them clearly. That changes today. I've been advising Texas Public Schools for 15 years, and the number one misconception I run into from parents, from voters, from people across this state is this idea that a school district is just one big pile of money that somebody decides how to spend. That's not how this game works. And here's how big this problem actually is. A 2024 survey found that 96% of school communications officials said misinformation was a problem in their district. 78% said their district faced a direct challenge from false information in the last 12 months alone. This isn't a small issue, it is everywhere. And the M&O versus I&S confusion is at the center of it all. Every Texas school district operates with two completely separate funds, two legally distinct pools of money that cannot touch each other, ever, not under any circumstance. The first fund is called M&O, Maintenance and Operations. This is your operating budget. This is where teacher salaries live, staff salaries, utilities, curriculum, bus routes, counselors, everything it costs to actually run a school on a daily basis, that all comes from M&O. And here's something that puts this in perspective. The average Texas public school teacher made about $62,700 in the 2024-25 school year, down from $66,400 the year before. These are the salaries that live in M&O, and they are under pressure. The second fund is called I&S, Interest and Sinking. Some people call it the Debt Service Fund. And here's all you need to know about I&S. It exists for one purpose and one purpose only, to pay back bonds. That's it. Money goes in, money goes out to bondholders on a fixed schedule, governed by a legal obligation that nobody can override. And this is not a small fund. Texas school districts currently carry $120 billion in property tax supported debt. This is a massive obligation, and every dollar of it lives in the I&S. None of it can touch M&O. Two funds, two completely different purposes, and there is a wall between them that no superintendent, no school board, no CFO in the state of Texas can cross. Let me show you exactly how this plays out in the real world. Imagine a district, let's call it Knocks ISD. Knocks just passed a $300 million bond election. Big win, community showed up, the board is celebrating. That money is going to build 3 new elementary schools and renovate the high school campus. 6 months later, budget season opens. Teachers haven't had a raise in 2 years. The board is staring at the M&O numbers and it's tight. State funding didn't come through the way they hoped. And there is no room in the operating budget for a raise. Now, watch what happens. Someone in the community posts on social media, Hard Knocks ISD just passed a $300 million bond and can't pay their teachers. Where is the money going? It gets shared, it gets liked, it gets turned into a news story. The board is fielding angry calls. Here's the reality that most people in that conversation don't understand. That $300 million that is sitting in I&S, it is legally locked up to pay for the construction projects voters just approved. The board cannot move it. The superintendent cannot move it. The governor can't move it. Nobody can move it. The teacher's raise is an M&O problem. The bond is an I&S problem. And those two things live in completely separate universes. This is not mismanagement. This is the design of the system, and here's what makes it personal. When you don't understand this distinction, you end up voting on bond elections without knowing what you're actually voting on. You end up making decisions based on the wrong information, and your kids end up in the system that's being judged by people who don't understand the rules of the game. That's the real cost of not knowing this. M&O funds the people. I&S funds the projects. One covers what's happening inside the classroom every single day. The other covers the building that classroom sits in. They are governed by separate rules, separate tax rates, and separate legal obligations. In Texas school finance, the two sides do not mix. They never have, and now you're one of the few people outside this industry who actually understands why. If this helped you see something you didn't see before, share it with someone who needs to hear it. And if you're not already following along on LinkedIn, come find me. I talk about this stuff every week. We've got 9 more episodes coming, and it only gets deeper from here. See you in episode 2.